So I'm recording in.
Yeah.
And it's only got a little bit of memory.
Yeah.
Yep, it just cut it. So now, there it is. That's the sample.
Oh shit.
And then you can go. That's backwards. The speed. It's like a tape machine. So
that is ridiculous. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here.
Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Wow,
Thanks for stopping by.
Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. So you're from Detroit, right? Bart said you're in town.
Born and raised.
Have you ever messed with hardware before like this, like modulars?
Well, not necessarily modulars. Like, you know, the closest thing I've come to like messing with something close to this is just like my Moog Voyager that's at home.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah. Other than that,
I got the rack.
oh, you got the rack? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you get the
cool.
full keyboard?
Yeah, I got the keyboard.
That thing
too,
sounds
wood
awesome, right?
Man, yes, I
Sounds
love
so
it.
good.
I love it. Bass lines, everything.
Yep.
So I just like, here, I'm gonna just throw a beat.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll come out, let's see. So what I'm doing is I'm sending this beat out through this hardware, and that's how we'll get over here.
Okay.
So okay, so there's a filter, right? This Schwayman filter. So I'm sending that audio output to the input of the filter, and then back out of the filter to an input that I have set up going right into Cubase, right?
Okay.
And it's distorting like crazy.
Ooh.
So we are, I don't know if you like stuff crunchy or clean or what.
It's a good distortion though.
It is. It is. There's a big difference between this and like in the box. Here, there's your cutoff. There's your resonance. Mess with it. Here's your filter types. Band pass. So you can change your filter types.
Got high pass and low pass on?
Yeah, band pass. Like there's all kinds of modes. It doesn't say what they are, but
you just mess.
I just guess. I just kind of turn them, and there's your cutoff. Like you hear how creamy that is. Like,
yeah. Wow. That's a huge pass, man. High pass.
Right? There you go. It'll self-oscillate. So if you crank that resonance, you'll get.
Yeah, man. And that's I kind of been more on like the engineering tip these last few years. You know, just trying to become, you know, not necessarily stepping outside of the production, but just kind of wrapping my head around just being a better engineer. Because I've come to learn, like, man, if I could get stuff the way I want it to sound sonically.
Going in?
You know, yeah. I was like, that's kind of, I don't think a lot of producers understand, like, yo, that's half the battle.
It is.
And if you can master, like, the way things have a texture, the feel of things sonically, like, you kind of ahead of the game.
Yeah, big time,
like,
big time.
Instead of just knowing how to program some tracks and letting somebody else mix and master and all that stuff.
So do you do everything like top to bottom?
Yeah, I mix, engineer, record, you know. My last album I had my man's Chris Athens out in New York master it, but yeah, I can master it myself if need be, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm either a control freak or I'm really trying to like I've been trying.
Man, you spend so much time making your music. It's like it's risky to give it to someone else.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I'm like, why not? If you know, if I'm capable of, if a person is capable of learning all this stuff, like might as well. So I'm recording in.
And it's only got a little bit of memory.
Yeah.
It just cut it. So now, there it is. That's the sample.
Oh shit.
And then you can go. That's backwards. The speed. It's like a tape machine. So
that is ridiculous.
You haven't even heard what this can do yet. That's just a.
Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that, because I'm trying to think, like, you know, most things that sample you can see, like,
you can't see
you can't see nothing, or you don't know where you starting and ending.
Not at all. Now check this. Check this out. So you got this going, right? And there's these things called splices.
Right.
And what splices are is you just every time you hit it, it creates like an in and an out. So it creates a little splice.
Okay.
Every time you hit it, it creates a little piece of whatever your sample is, right? So watch, I'll show you.
Like kind of chopping it up.
Chopping it up. And then you can loop that little, so. I'm just gonna do them randomly when the So now, it's only gonna play the first split. That's the first one I made.
Yeah.
It's got silence. So now here I can select the splice, so. There's the next one.
Yeah.
And then I can take that splice and start cutting it in half, so.
Wow.
You just end up with some cool.
Yeah.
And you haven't even taken that and run that through filters or done anything.
Right.
You can then take that, process it even further. That's the input and output volume.
Okay.
Yeah. And then all these things are inputs, so these control the amount. So let's say I want the speed forward and backwards. Let's go in there. Ooh. Right? So that thing is, and then this is how much you want it to affect. Very little or a lot. It's going full positive and negative, reverse.
Yeah.
It does sound like a turntable, right?
That's crazy. I did a little bit of work with Jack White. And
how did that happen?
Man, well his people called up my people, I guess you could say, and he was like, yo, I was trying to do something, you know, with a hip hop artist from Detroit, and I just couldn't find the right, you know, person that I thought would make sense with what I do. But he thought when he came across my stuff, he thought I would work well with what he does, me being a producer, not just a rapper. So yeah, man, we went down to Nashville to his home studio and analog everything. No computer. I was like, where's the computer? No computer. No screen.
You recorded the tape?
Yeah, it was everything he does is on tape.
Wow.
He only has 8 tracks.
Wow.
8 tracks. We laid the music first, and I went in there to do a vocal. And after I did my lead vocal, I was like, yo, I want to do a slow ad-lib tracks here and there. Like, we ran out of tracks. Like, wait a minute, it's 2000 and we ran out of tracks. No more tracks, man. That's it. It's like.
So you literally couldn't do it because
we literally couldn't do it. It was no more tracks. It was done. Like he likes to work under. Like I like to put myself under a certain level of pressure too, when creative pressure.
Set limits.
Set certain limits. But he really strips himself of everything. Like, I'm like, man, this is crazy. But it came out great. So, and his setup is whole Neve board and just craziness.
But you can tell in the sound, like his sound,
you definitely tell.
It doesn't sound digital.
Yeah, you can feel it like this. That's why his music has that feeling. Like, man.
Throwing a beat. There's the problem is I'll do this and I'll just sit here for like 30 minutes just in front of my speakers just doing this and forgetting like, oh, I'm not really actually getting anything done. I'm just listening to machines make like really awesome sounds.
Yeah, and that's what my love is, like with the production. Like that's where it's always been. Like of course I rap because I can, and I like rapping. I like writing and all of that. But my heart is where with the beats, man. I just can't get enough of it. Like I can't wait to get back home now because I've been out here for a week and I'm like. Feel like a fiend. I'm like, I got to get back to my machine. Like,
need my fix.
Yeah, I need a fix. I'm that obsessed with it to this day, and I've been doing it for like, since about '99, so 14, 15 years, and I still have that craving or that hunger.
Man, that's great.
Definitely worth the trip, man.
Good. I'm glad you came by.
Definitely worth the trip, man. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, same here, man.
Definitely. Let's stay in touch, man.
Sure, absolutely.